So we're singing that shit now, I guess.
I love to
I think
sing.
I think that's gonna make the episode.
It's all the sun. I'm delusional at this point.
Nice. That's gonna make it for a good show.
Good.
Well, besides, it seems like our personal lives, our interconnected personal lives. There's been a lot going on since the last time we did this.
Yeah.
It's been an interesting week,
to say the least.
Yeah. You know what the most interesting thing about it is?
Tell me.
I got a beard straightener.
Oh my!
Today. And I used it for the first time right before we started recording.
What a responsible beard owner.
I guess it was dangerous to the children and stuff, so
Scraggly waggly.
get it under control. Well, so it's a Zikisen, and what's it look like? What's this look like?
A hairbrush.
Looks like a hairbrush, but it's electric. Boogie woogie woogie woogie.
Boogie woogie woogie woogie. I'm gonna sing everything. I hope you're ready.
And so I've never used anything like this before, ever. Like I've been mostly bald, at least extremely short hair since basically high school.
Fun fact.
Actually, yeah. I started actually shaving my head when I was like 30, so that's been almost 10 years. Anyway, yeah. Anyway, so I used this and I read the directions because I've never used anything like this. I'm not too ashamed to admit I had to read the directions. But anyway, so I did, and it told me to put beard oil and shit in it, and so I did, and it came with this awesome citrus smelling beard oil. It was really nice. So I put it in to make it all nice and smooth and stuff. And so I started straightening my hair, and now my face smells like a Chinese restaurant.
Chinese restaurant?
I don't know why. But it does.
What did you have for dinner?
My face smells like a wok. I had a burrito. I went to a burrito truck for dinner.
Oh, was it chicken?
Steak.
So I'm trying to figure out what smells that are lingering with the orange that maybe smells like Chinese food.
No. It's not like no. I washed my beard and everything. I mean, I did everything proper, and no, it's just I think I need to use either a different oil or just not use oil and use oil afterwards.
Let me make you one that doesn't smell like Chinese food.
Well, no. The oil smells great if I'm not cooking it.
Oh, the thing heats up, you're saying.
Yeah, it's electric.
Right.
Boogie, woogie. Yeah.
Oh, fudge. It's coming.
So this is the Higher Minds podcast.
Yeah. Welcome.
I'm Papa Darby.
I'm Katie.
And I am in NC.
Ooh.
COVID-19 hotspot.
Is it as hot as Florida? Everyone keeps texting me lately from home, and they're like, how are you doing down there? I'm like, I don't watch the news. I don't know what you're talking about.
Are you okay?
Are you breathing the air?
You wearing your mask? It's bad for you, don't you know? Yeah.
Did you see the funny post I did on Facebook?
I did, and I started going along, and I was like, she didn't wear a fucking mask. What
I'm
the fuck is
glad
this
you
shit?
were the one that knew it, because every time I post those, everyone's like, follows along and dead thinks I did whatever the fucking post says. And I don't know if it should be funny or like hurt my feelings that people think I'm that wild.
Yeah, well, I mean, I'm sure they get to a point where they're like, nah.
No.
And then they skip to the last line.
When they said, when you pulled her leg, I'm like, oh, thank you for thinking I tripped a woman over a mask. And it wasn't until I pulled her leg to come towards me like a serial killer.
I didn't even get that far because I read, so I was wearing a mask. I was like, fuck this shit. And I read the last line. So I don't know what happened in the story. I was like, fuck that.
It was very funny. I laughed very hard.
I've read those before and they are funny.
They get me every time.
So what did you decide we're talking about today?
The Simpsons.
I don't think you're allowed.
Oh, I can't even sing. Now. I don't own the rights to it. Can I say that and it makes it better? They do it on Facebook for everything.
And I guess our sources are Simpsons from Fox, and I think now you can sing it.
Oh, perfect. I wasn't.
You have to cite your source first.
Okay, first.
And then you do whatever the fuck you want.
First. My bad.
which mine are. I'll just get mine out of the way right now since we're talking about
Yeah.
HollywoodReporter.com and YouTube.com.
Boom.
Pretty easy.
Yes.
But yes, you were right. We are talking about the predictions of The Simpsons.
Yes.
Now this is an older topic. Yes, they've this idea has been widely bantered about since bantered it. Yeah, I guess people banter about it. But anyway, this has been widely talked about since the election of Trump, since they apparently predicted the election of Trump correctly, actually, and you know he's the president now. Yeah, you, I guess.
Okay.
But yeah, so we're a little late to the bandwagon here, but that was a couple of years ago, and a shit ton has happened just in this past year, as you would know from a couple episodes ago. So we decided to revisit their predictions.
Yeah.
And see if there has been any more.
I did them in order of episodes, like beginning to end.
Like chronological episodes?
Yep.
And shit.
That's what I mean, exactly.
Okay. So one thing I did kind of write down here was a couple of years ago, The Simpsons was The Simpsons' 30th anniversary in 2018. So that's what it's about. It started slightly before that, but for it, they put together a montage of 30 times The Simpsons correctly predicted the future, which is kind of what we are. This is the article that we got most of our information from. But much like the quatrains of Nostradamus, they're less predictions and more post-dictions, as in they aren't able to be properly interpreted until after the event occurred, like an event recorded before the event occurred. Which makes sense if you listen to our Dimensions episode, which was episode, what, 4?
Yeah.
Which I like to reference. But I also looked a little bit into Nostradamus because I think that's a good analogy. And Nostradamus is the Latinized version of Notre Dame. So, what you got?
All right,
Hey.
here we go. Season 2, episode
Deuce.
4. The three-eyed fish. So Burns tries to prove his innocence, that his power plant did not cause this crazy fish. And coincidentally, in 2011, a fisherman caught a three-eyed fish in Argentina near a nuclear power plant.
Which, I mean, that is a crazy prediction because that's the exact same scenario. Near a nuclear power plant,
Yes.
due to nuclear mutations and ways.
Yes.
This guy got a three-eyed fish. Now, the three-eyed fish, if you see pictures of it, this guy is not nearly as symmetrical and as pretty as the one drawn by Matt Groening.
Or colorful.
Right. But it's a fucking fish near a nuclear power plant with three eyes. Three functioning
With three eyes. One being on top. So,
Yeah.
crazy. All right.
Boom.
Boom. First one. Next, season 2, episode 9. Marge tries to get some censorship for the an Itchy and Scratchy episode or show, whatever, but realizes maybe that goes the other way too when the town tries to cover up Michelangelo's statue of Michael.
His
and
dick
then,
is what you're saying.
Yeah.
His Johnson.
Yes. His little Peter
itty
that's out
bitty
in the statue.
Roman Wang.
Cold must have been. I don't know.
He was standing there for a long time.
Would a kid even
like,
know?
The David, the model,
Just chilling.
It's shriveled. No offense. I mean that's
So,
okay.
None, Michael.
Yeah,
it's fine.
I mean, you are loved. Women absolutely love
it's
that.
about the motion in the ocean,
Yeah.
right?
Give her some tongue love. You know, get some dick love too. You know.
I didn't even look at his hands in the statue. Does he have hands? It's hard to say.
Oh shit, does he?
Or was
No,
his arm
I
cut
think
off?
no. He's a full statue.
A lot of them didn't
He's
have
a-
arms.
That's a full one. No, you're thinking of
full
Venus.
statue.
Venus arises from. But anyway,
Oh man.
yeah.
So 2016, It happens.
What the fuck?
The Russians vote whether or not to cover him up.
They do.
They do. And they do not.
Right. What do they? Did they put like boxers or something on him, or what was it? Was it like a fig leaf? Was it something stupid like that?
That would be the best idea. All right. Season 2, episode 18. Marge, in her younger years, has a celebrity crush of Ringo Starr.
But who doesn't?
I'm gonna raise my hand for this one.
No, Ringo's a hottie.
I don't know. But she sends him a painting that she did of him, and she never hears anything. And years later, he makes a vow to return all fan mail, and she gets a little letter. 2013, 2 Essex women receive a letter from Sir Paul McCartney that after they had sent him a mixtape over 50 years ago. What?
That shit was fire. Not really. Wait,
sign us?
a mixed tape from 50
well,
years
it was
ago?
like it was the double reel. 2 reel. What did I forget they called it? But I put mixtape because I thought I liked the way that sounded.
A reel to reel is what you're saying.
Yes, reel to reel. There it is.
Oh.
So 50 years later, though,
but
I put a little star by this to look that story up, and I forgot.
That was Paul McCartney. Like his wife has died. You know, they spent every night together until she died and stuff, and it was a very wonderful love story. But you know, she's gone, and he was all like,
I'm a little lonely.
Yeah. What he calls them birds. What do these birds do? If I write them, they probably still would. Honestly, I would probably blow Paul McCartney too. Like he's pretty cool.
I mean,
that's
possibly.
Yeah.
So next,
I bet he's built. I bet he's built like David.
Like David.
Like the David.
Oh.
That's what I'm picturing.
Your mouth and the words you're saying are coming at different times, so I'm thrown off.
That's what she said. You just got it. Okay. Got
no, it's just because I'm like watching and I'm like pausing in my mind and I'm gonna stop. Season 3, episode 14. Lisa predicts some Super Bowl predictions. Well, she predicts
one. Yeah.
And the show would go on and predict some others. But Lisa predicts that the Washington Redskins, not for long, would win. And then Dallas wins and the 49ers win over the Chargers, etc., etc. So, way to go, Lisa.
Way to go.
What are they? Do they have like a name picked? What are they going to be?
I don't know.
I don't either. I'm not hip to any news anymore. Okay. Page 2. So, season 3, episode 24.
I bet they pick something like. I bet they pick something like the. Wait, what are they? The Washington Redskins? Yeah, I bet they picked it like the Washington.
Yellow Bellies.
Or like the Washington Black Car Thieves or something like that. Something like,
crap.
little less offensive.
Right. I mean, not too nice, but...
It took a lot to fucking... I mean, that fight has been going on for a long time. It took a lot for them to change their mind. So, yeah.
Yeah, what about... I think the most... Out of all the teams, I think the New York Yankees is going to be the most interesting because they're such an iconic team. You know what I mean? People are just going to be up in arms about it.
Up in arms about what? They're not going to change the name of that team. That's basically... They're calling themselves white people.
They're on the list. But they're... Yeah, I'm just saying. They were on the list of teams that
actually
ought to change their name.
I'm now just realizing that. They're basically the New York white people.
Yeah.
Wow.
Rude.
Is it?
I don't know.
They are. Or they were.
They might have been. But we all were something different then, but we can't be that because it hurts everyone's feelings. And rightfully so for a lot of things. But if everyone's going to do it, then everyone better do it. So.
Yeah.
Because I'm not mad about the Cleveland Indians. I'm not an Indian, yes. But, I mean, are people really offended by it?
Yes, people are really offended.
Man, why?
It's not... So, well, using a people as a mascot itself, that in itself is offensive. To use them in such a it's a dehumanizing thing to do. And then on top of that, Chief Wahoo is fucking ridiculous. That's like Song of the South type offensive.
All right, I'm gonna take your word because I believe you.
Well, like, do you remember? So
I don't want people to be mad at me, but I just am not offended by much, so it's hard for me to like imagine being just so offended about something that means so little to me. You know what I mean?
Right.
It's sports. I don't care. I don't care.
So, and I don't think I don't think people would get mad at you to not be offended by the same things that they're offended about. Although some people are. Actually, a lot of people are.
I don't know.
But what I mean to say is, the real issue is not respecting their offense. But that only goes so far because I don't know. I don't have the right answer. I say some shit.
Yeah, I don't clearly either.
Politically incorrect that I think is hilarious. I can get away with saying some shit that you can't say, and that's weird. Yes. And it's a weird place to be. And
it is.
It's a weird issue to discuss.
Because I don't ever want to hurt anyone's feelings. No. I'm not.
No.
I just.
And neither do I. I mean.
Yeah.
Some people do, I guess.
They do. They sure do.
I don't have a problem with them changing the name if they want to. I don't have a problem with them keeping the name if they want to.
Right.
I don't know.
Who knows?
I don't know.
But someone cares. Or they wouldn't be doing it.
But I would have a problem with them naming themselves the Black Auto Thieves. So that would be a problem for me.
Yeah. I get that. Or the white casserole eaters. Like, I mean, if you add something to it, it makes it worse.
The mayo lovers.
Oh, man.
Fuck, what was I about to say? Yeah, I don't know. So, but because there is a situation in which I get pissed off, I would respect the same type of situation for somebody else to get pissed off, is what I'm saying.
Yeah. Maybe just because I've never come across anyone who's offended by it that I'm like, are people? But, I mean, obviously there are, so.
Yeah.
What do I know? Next.
Yep, next.
Season 3, episode 24. Homer's half-brother, invents a baby translator. And years later, a Cry Translator app came out. And I didn't use a Cry Translator app, but I did read a really interesting article about the different variations and tones of crying when I was a new mom, because you read stuff like that and try to apply it.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, but honest to goodness, after reading it, there was definitely a hungry cry and a sleepy cry. The other ones really didn't stand out like the others, but the tone and the way they cry held out longer. It was really interesting. So
I could never determine hungry, but I could definitely determine sleepy. That has a different noise. At least in my case.
And it also comes with eye rubbing and thrashing. And...
Right. And then, I mean, and once you get used to it, I mean, a parent who... Yeah. So I was my daughter's primary caregiver for the first 3 years of her life. And so when you're in that position, you learn each other's language.
Right,
I mean, as anybody... I mean, me and my dog have the same type of thing. But basically, a baby and a dog is the same thing. Are they hungry?
Yes.
Are they tired? Do they need to poop?
Do they have to go potty?
Yeah.
Right.
And that's basically those are the bases you need to cover. And if that's fine, then... If that's not the problem, then they're sick, and you got to take them to the doctor.
Or they're fine.
Well, I don't know. My kids were always...
I'm just kidding.
My daughter wasn't a crier, but she wasn't a sleeper. My son was never really a crier at all. Yeah.
Neither. I have two very happy boys. Busy. Holy cow, we are busy all day long, but they are happy, and I will take it. And
Good.
Ace has been sick once in his life, so boom, I'll take that too.
Cool. They seem happy
Yeah.
on Instagram.
Yeah.
On Facebook.
We stay busy so I can try and burn energy too. So we're forever just doing things and that whole thing.
Good.
Next. So you might know more about this one than me because I've never seen it. But season 4, episode 6.
Oh yeah, that one. I know that one. No.
I'm gonna keep going, and then you will. I even put a little note. You might know. Itchy and Scratchy movie billboard. So Scratchy's head is cut off and blood is coming out onto unsuspecting cars.
Yeah.
And they're saying that it is that Kill Bill Volume 1 in 2008 did something similar.
Oh really?
Splattering the pavement with remnants of Beatrix. Is that the girl? I don't know. I have no idea. I've never seen any of those movies.
Yeah.
Her latest.
Oh really?
Kill.
Yeah. No.
Yeah.
Oh god. I'm a Tarantino fan mostly. Those were probably my least favorite 3, but or was it just 2? It was just 2. It was probably my least favorite, but I'm a Tarantino fan. But yeah, I vaguely remember that happening.
Yeah, I didn't know. And
but I remember
the
Simpsons episode clearly.
Yes, I do too. My dad loved this show growing up. My mom was always like, "You probably shouldn't watch this."
Yeah.
And my dad was always just laughing a lot.
I wasn't allowed to when it first came out. I think it was 10 when it came out.
Oof. So I was 4. So season 4. I think I'm on the cusp. What's that one in between?
You're a millennial. I'm a Gen X.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I don't really know. Season 4, episode 8. Homer gets kicked out of an all-you-can-eat restaurant and sues them.
I remember this one. Actually, I think this one that case happened in Ohio. I might be wrong.
Possibly. I didn't look when the 2012. It happened twice. So in 2012 and 2017, and in 2017 it happened in Springfield, Massachusetts. So.
Oh, that's funny. That's pretty
ironic. Cool. Yeah.
Do you know which Springfield is?
Is it like Indiana or something? I feel like I used to know that.
It's Oregon. Like it just recently that information was just recently divulged. But yeah, it's in Oregon. But yeah, I think it was Old Country Buffet in Ohio that some guy was like, "Nah, let me eat.
Let me test this."
Yeah.
Like church folk after church on Sundays.
Oh man, I used to go
the
all
limits
the time.
there.
I ate all the time when I was going through puberty. Oh my god.
Oh god, everyone says that to me, and when I tell you these boys eat already, yeah. I don't cook. I go through. It's a lot. It's a half dozen eggs at a time for breakfast. It's 6 waffles. It's a banana and an apple. I mean, they pound food. And he's 15 months. Like, it's alarming to me. I'm like, please. Yeah. I'm not ready for this.
Feed him. Keep on feeding the boy.
Well, I am. That's why he looks like he's 7. So.
He's got a big old basketball head.
Oh, does he? It's so perfectly round, too. Like. Yeah. He came out quick. There was no time for a misshapen head.
Good, I guess.
Yeah, so good. That's what everyone wants. We cannot have this. Go on.
My first was 27 hours labor. Like
wow.
I was feeling it at the end. Not as much as her, clearly, but actually no more than her because
brutal.
She had an epidural towards the end. Like she didn't want one. Like she was, we had a plan and everything, and we were following the plan, and we were Nazis about it. And then it happened, and we were like, "Fuck that shit."
Give it to me.
Well, actually, no. It did take a good 20 hours of labor for her to accept. So I mean, honestly, she was a trooper in that.
That's a trooper. Yeah. Anyone who shoves a human out their crotch is a trooper. I don't care how it happens. Good for you. You did it, and that's hard.
Yeah.
This is an unimportant story. I'm not even gonna start it. Season 4, episode 14, Whacking Day. So
that's every day for me.
I knew that was coming. They titled it that, and I made sure to keep it because I knew that would be funny for you. So in The Simpsons, it involves them killing
did
snakes.
You understand? Did you hear yourself say you knew it was coming right after? I just want to point out that you said that, and that was awesome too.
So funny here. So, funny because Florida has a python challenge, and it's an annual event to kill Burmese pythons to thin out the population. What? They go wading in the Everglades with the gators and pythons and just start trying to take them out. People from all over the United States. So I put down some mentionables from this year. I guess it's already happened. So a Mr. Mike Kimmel rounded up 8. He got an award for the most pythons gathered by a person. And Mr. Tom Rahill, possibly, he medaled, I don't know, prized twice. He caught one for the longest, which was 12 foot 7 inches. Bah! And it weighed 62 pounds. So he also got an award for the heaviest. And overall, they got like, I forget. It was like 500. They like weaned it down by like 500. Some of them were catch and release, but the whole point is they're becoming so overpopulated. They're taking out a lot of Florida's other animals that we'd like to have instead of them. So well, I just thought that was a very classic Florida thing.
It's funny that the invasive species that is humans won't let other species invade. We're fucking assholes.
Don't you do it. Season 5, episode 10.
Season 5,
a very clear replica of Siegfried and Roy was a Gunter and Ernst who had a show and were killed by a tiger attack 10 years later.
Yeah.
He is paralyzed and like half blind because the same thing happened.
It was Siegfried who got attacked, or Roy. I don't know. One of them. Does it matter? I think they traded names each night, actually. I don't think anybody ever knew which one was which. They
traded a lot of stuff.
They did. A lot of semen. But yeah, in the episode, it was funny. Like, so did you watch that clip?
Yeah.
So they're out in, I guess it's Africa, because no, it's a white tiger. So
yeah,
where are white tigers from? Siberia, right?
Yeah.
So it was a white tiger in a jungle.
The zoo.
Yeah, they went to the zoo. But it was weird. Yeah, so it was a white tiger in a jungle, which that's not right. And the tiger's sleeping. They drive up on a Jeep. They wake up the tiger. The tiger wakes up, and then they shoot it with a Trent gun to put it back to sleep, which I'm not sure what the point of waking it up to put it back to sleep was. But, you know, it's The Simpsons.
The hunt.
Whatever. But, yeah, so the tiger had a flashback to that episode when it got taken and mauled the fuck out of both of them, I guess. So I'm assuming that that's probably what happened. Either that or the tiger saw that episode and got inspired.
Yeah, possibly. It's happened. Future will prove past here. Was that the last one? Okay, so season 5, episode 15. NASA selects an average person to space. Homer. They choose Homer.
Yeah.
And there's an ants and a chips situation. Not such a good idea.
Nope.
2013, the UK holds a contest, and a 23-year-old Oliver Knight wins and gets to go up to space with 23 other people who won. I don't know why they only name him, but
I don't know either. That is very cool. I want to sign up to live on Mars.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. I'm for it. I want to know what the guidelines are to be part of Space Force, because that interests me. So let's see what happens with that.
You got to hold your breath for a long time. Because you're in
Never.
space. There's no air.
You're
Ah!
funny. Looking. Just
Because it's the beard straightener. It's weird.
Yeah, your face looks long.
Yeah.
That's not true. Your face looks the same. Season 5, episode 19. Lunch Lady Doris adds horse meat to lunches. Uh-oh.
I didn't read this one.
That's not a fun one to hear.
No.
2013, beef comes out. And I meant to look up what company, because I do remember this being in the news.
Yeah, me too.
And it has horse meat in it.
Sloppy
That offended
Joe,
some people.
Sloppy Joe. Yeah.
People really like horses.
Yeah. To eat. Oh! No, actually, I hear it's very stringy.
And it would have to be. They're so lean. You know what I mean?
Well, I mean, not if you fatten them up first. They're lean because we make them that way.
Yeah, I guess I just have never seen a fat horse.
Because they're inside playing video games and eating potato chips and stuff.
They're in their mom's basement.
Yeah. You've seen BoJack Horseman, right? It's what they look like.
Oh, this one's another one that maybe you will know because you're a little older.
Oh. Hold on.
Okay, get it out of your system. Look at your face.
Old
That's
jokes.
funny. So this one, one of the other bullies tells him to make a note to beat up Martin on his Apple Newton.
Yeah.
And it messes it up to eat up Martha. And it was a direct prod at the PDA's poor handwriting recognition. And I meant to try it on my phone and I forgot. Did you do it?
No. I'll do it right now.
Yeah.
Eat up Martha, right?
I
I read this one too. Eat up.
Beat up Martin, and it's supposed to turn it into eat up Martha.
Yeah.
Did you do it?
No, hold on. All right, it's not. It's going slow.
Isn't that? Oh well, I'll try. I'll report back later on that one.
I guess it doesn't. It brings up the story, but it doesn't like do anything cool like some things do.
Yeah. So I don't know, but I didn't know what that little reference was to for the poor handwriting recognition.
Oh, you don't remember PDAs?
Yes.
Oh,
that's what I'm trying to say.
Yeah, I do. They were cool. I mean,
or I'm also not into technology, so maybe I am old enough and I just didn't care.
I mean, probably probably not.
A little bit of both.
Yeah, at least. No, a PDA was an electronic organizer, like a calendar.
Oh, like a what was their name? Maybe I do know what you're talking about.
So I think Blackberries had a version.
Yeah, I was gonna say like a BlackBerry, but it was before BlackBerry.
Well, actually, no, they were like parallel. They came out at the same time.
At the same time.
BlackBerry won out, Flat kind of war, and then that turned into smartphones and shit.
Yeah. Those, all I remember, my friend had one. I was like, my God, these buttons are so fucking small. Like, how is anyone doing this?
Yeah.
That's what I remember.
Yeah.
I worked at Max and Irma's.
Yeah.
Do you still have those up there?
I haven't seen one in a long time.
Man, I love Visa Max and Irma's.
Really? Okay.
Yeah.
I guess they're fine.
Their tortilla soup was so good. All right. That's all I got about tortilla soup. Sorry.
I don't like soup. I don't like Will Ferrell.
You don't like soup? Is that what you just said?
Yes.
Jeez.
Or Will Ferrell. Yeah.
Yeah, I remember.
I'm coming after you, Will. Yeah.
I remember.
Fuck.
No, he don't. Season 6, episode 19. This one hits 3 points. It was brought up 3 different times. So they reference smartwatches and voice recognition long before its time. And FaceTime. Marge and Lisa are talking to each other on her wedding day.
So that one, the phone or the watch thing, that's unfair. Because before,
that's like Dick Tracy.
Yeah. Well, I was gonna say before that was like Star Trek, and then before that it was like Dick Tracy.
I love
So-
Dick Tracy.
Yeah. Yeah, you do.
Yeah, I do. In every way. Also, they pan out and they show Big Ben as like a digital clock, right? Is that what that was? But anyways, but in the background there's like a tower, which could unseemingly be any background tower, but it wasn't there, and then they constructed it in 2012, this tower shard.
So you're saying they predicted a future skyline?
Yes.
Ah.
Yes, that's an easier way to say all the things I just said.
All them words.
Lots of them. Season 9, episode 3. Bart's sad and his mom reads him Curious George and the Ebola virus. And then in 2014-15, the largest outbreak on record. Boom.
On
So-
record. Although that was pretty much contained to Africa mostly. I mean, it did get out, but nothing like COVID, which is everywhere.
Everywhere. It sure is. Here we are. Season 10, episode 1.
I wonder if anybody's named their kid COVID yet.
Oh Lord. COVID. I saw like a meme about it when it first came out. And they're like, the first person that names their kid COVID, I'm gonna punch in the face.
What's your
My
name?
cat is
COVID-19?
aggressive. 19? This is impressive. My cat's like entire paw is under this door. I thought it was Ace getting ready to ask for another pretzel, and it's my cat. So
Cats don't have bones.
season.
Scientific fact.
What do they have?
They're just like bags of cat.
I was like ready for like some information to blow my mind right now.
Yeah. yep. That was totally cool.
Okay, that's where I'm at. Let me say it for the third time because I keep interrupting myself. Season 10, episode 1, the get rich scheme where Homer steals and sells grease. And it was such a good idea that some people started doing it in real life.
Wait, grease? Like
Grease.
what?
Like from a restaurant, like grease.
Oh, like cooking oil grease?
Yes.
So stole it and sold it?
Yes, I did put a little star by this too.
For what?
But you know what it made me
To
instantly
what?
think of? To sell like back to them. Or to other restaurants and stuff.
Used cooking oil.
No, like, because they usually, like, a lot of restaurants have, like, you know.
Oh, they're tanks in the back.
The tanks, yeah.
Oh, okay.
Because they siphon it out and then.
Yeah, that's fucked up.
All I
nice
could
thing to
think
do.
about was, weren't people, like, didn't people have, like, cars that were running off grease like that for a while?
Yes,
There was,
and
like, a
that's what I was
stint-
thinking
yeah.
too.
Yeah,
I mean, they still have
that's
that
what it made me think of.
bio something or other.
I just remember watching, like, a show about it, and they were, like, straight pulling up to restaurants, like, can we have your old grease?
Yeah, and most restaurants will be like, yeah. The smart ones were like, give me money for it.
Right. The other one's like, I don't want to touch it, so great. Same season 10, episode 2, Homer is inspired by Edison and starts doing some crazy math on a chalkboard, and a still of it, a screenshot of it, later proves very eerily similar to the God particle, its mass.
All right, let's talk about this one.
Okay, do you know about it? Good, because
Yes.
I know nothing.
I do. So we're talking about the Higgs
All
boson.
right.
It's called the God particle because it's the element that causes mass to be a part of the universe. I don't know the situation well enough to know it specifically, but it's basically what attracts actual matter to the space that we're in. It's what makes mass possible. And before that, it's the answer to how we're here.
Oh. I know nothing of what you speak.
So, but it was discovered. It was long theorized, and I think it was first theorized by it may or may not have been Einstein, and I want to say it was probably Higgs, some guy named Higgs. I wish I knew that. I'm ashamed that I don't. But so it was theorized for a long time, and there was always going to be something in that spot as far as the natural structure of the universe. Like there was always there's something that needs to fill that spot, and now we call it his Higgs boson. It was discovered when CERN was turned on, that the big super collider in that goes through Sweden and Germany and I think France, I think. No. Yeah. Okay.
Yep.
Anyway,
I'm listening.
So it was physically discovered by that super collider, but it was, and then subsequently calculated. The mass and everything was calculated, but it was theorized previously. And so this one is a little unfair too, because the Simpsons actually have educated scientists and mathematicians working on their staff, like full time, and so they were familiar with this. And
could have just wrote it down.
Right. Well, so what happened was they were familiar with the equation, and then to fill in the constants, they just kind of guessed at what could be a probable solution to the equation, and it turns out it was just kind of really close. So prediction, educated guess is what it was.
Yeah. So I felt like that about the Curious George Ebola one too.
Yeah. Well, so, a lot of these, I'm thinking, like, so, again, Star Trek, we all know it, we love it, has influenced a lot of technology that we use today, because, the people that make the technology are all Star Trek fans. Anyway, I wonder if there's any actual direct influence from The Simpsons to any of these occurrences. Like, maybe Trump saw the, we haven't gotten that yet. We'll get to that. Okay. The Trump one. Did we already talk about that one?
Wait, did we? I don't think so. I don't know. Possibly. I got a lot of notes here.
Okay. Please continue.
All right. Yes. Season 10, episode 5. Disney owns Fox. So.
Now this is weird.
Is it? They own everything. So in the show, they were visiting, where all the buildings are. What is that called? Why is my brain like this?
The city?
Like where the sets are. That's
Hollywood?
It, the sets. Yes. Yes, but like, what? Oh, it
Studio? 20th century
yeah.
Fox?
It feels like there should be a better all-inclusive word for that. Is that what it is? 20th century Fox?
Yeah.
I know nothing about technology or TV. I'm ashamed of myself. But it has a logo, the 20th Century Fox logo with a division of Walt Disney Company.
Right. And that was kind of
and
like a low
later,
key.
Yeah.
Just recently
later,
they bought them.
Yeah, like, well, what, in the last, like, at least 5 years?
I think within the last 5 years. I think it was like 2 years.
Has it been since I'm down here? Crazy. Oof.
Maybe I'm wrong about that, but I mean that's why we have Disney Plus now.
Yeah, literally, and why I got to watch these because they are on there.
Oh, they are.
Yeah, The Simpsons movie, and then they have them categorized. All the prediction episodes were all together. So.
Oh really?
Lucky.
Oh
yeah.
Of course it was.
There wasn't as many as are on this list, though. So, fun. Season 10, episode 22. They put together the world's smartest and dumbest brain. And Homer and Hawking are talking, and he says, your donut theory is interesting. I may have to steal it. And there's, I guess, a genuine theory that the universe is shaped like a donut. It's been around since the 80s, but it's becoming regaining some popularity. I put a star by that because it seemed like something you would also know.
Yes, yes. So
okay, good. Talk on it.
well, I mean, it's basically that there's a possibility that the structure of the universe is such that it's shaped like a donut. Or shit, I forget what the rest is
Taurus?
called. Taurus. Thank you.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah, I wrote it down.
Or a Taurus. There's no real way to know. There's no direct evidence for that, but it's just possible. Really
possible.
But interesting thing that
anything is possible.
There was recently, and this is within, I think I was still in math school when this happened, and so I guess 15 years. But there was a unsolvable like a Goodwill Hunting type equation that nobody could solve called Poincare's conjecture, and what it was is it possible to take a sphere and morph it into the torus shape without ripping anything? And
no, sorry, keep going.
And so it was proven that is mathematically possible. And if it is mathematically possible, it's probably physically possible somewhere. And so they're saying that's a possibility, that not only could it be shaped like a torus, but it could morph between the two.
Oh, I see. This will be funny.
Okay.
Have you seen the donut peaches that are peach?
Yeah, I have. Wait, those are real? I've seen pictures of them. Those are real?
They're real, and they're real delicious. I'll tell you that. Probably because they're heavily genetically modified, but they are fucking delicious. If you see them in the store, grab them.
Yeah?
They have white ones. Actually, now they have nectarines this year, too, so they're doing it to a lot of those, like, stone fruits. But they are so good, and they're so easy to eat, because you just hold it in the middle and bite all the way around.
Where is the... Oh, is there a... It's not donut-shaped. It's a pit with...
No pit.
There's no pit, and it is donut shaped.
It just sinks in. Yes. There's not a hole. It just sinks together.
Oh, it looks.
But it's donut shaped.
Like a cookie.
Definitely. It definitely looks like donut that just didn't, like, the little holes got cinched together.
I think I have to. Yeah, pick them up. All right.
Yeah.
What are they called?
Donut peaches.
Okay.
Literally just donut peaches. And they have little ones, little tiny white ones, and then they have the regular size ones, and then now they have them with nectarines. I haven't tried the nectarines yet. But nectarines are really just a peach that doesn't have the hair on it. So
it's like the nectarines are the dentist of the pitted fruit world.
They really are. Speaking of fruit, season 11, episode 5, Homer creates a hybrid tomaco, a tomato and tobacco using nuclear waste he found lying around. Interestingly enough, 2013, there was some very hybrid horror fruit and vegetables coming out of Fukushima nuclear power plant.
Yeah.
And I looked them up, and they were wild.
Yeah.
Double stocked mushrooms, peaches that looked like snowmen. It was like, or like 3 butts on top of each other. That's exactly what it looked like. 3 butts on top of each other. It sounds like a porn. And tomatoes that had like, and like tomatoes that looked like, I don't know, like some crazy like cancerous cell. It was like 2 tomatoes, like normal size, and then like all these like cherry tomatoes stuck on it. If you were going to describe it, they were really weird to look at. So I'm glad I Googled that.
And it's really weird. Like there was a movie recently called Annihilation with, who played Black Swan? Natalie Portman. And she was in it, and it's about this weird space on Earth that is like merging DNAs, like homogenizing all the DNA that's around. So just remember, kids, that if you find nuclear waste somewhere out in your backyard, the sky's the limit.
You can do anything.
Put your mind to it.
Okay, here we go. Season 11, episode 17. Also a little ironic. I'll get into that afterwards. Trump is president. So Lisa in like one Indian's telling Bart his future, but Lisa's the president, and she makes comment that, well, we've inherited quite the budget crunch from President Trump.
Yep.
So that happened, and just like I'm just gonna say it. Interesting fact. I know a lot of people are very weird about this QAnon thing, but QAnon has to do with Trump, and Q's the 17th letter. If you're into like numerology and things like that, it's just they reference 17 a lot in that specific theory, because I have read on it.
Oh. So. In that episode.
It's just interesting that it's episode 17.
Oh.
Yes. If you're into crazy conspiracies, you'll enjoy that fun tidbit.
Another fun fact: I recently ordered a Guy Fawkes mask.
Oh.
But it's like molded. It's not like it's like, you know, lower half of the actual mask. So I don't know if that's a little too much.
Is it ever? Just kidding. It can be. Season 12, episode 15. The Albuquerque Isotopes. So Homer goes on a hunger strike when his team, the Springfield Isotopes, moves to Albuquerque. And then oh man, I wrote that so sloppy. That has to be an A. Calgary, maybe? Cannons, they moved to New Mexico, and they did a poll to figure out what their name should be, and people like came out like crazy, so they would be called the Albuquerque Isotopes, just like the Simpsons. So it wasn't really they predicted it, they just were like, we should do this because that's funny.
They inspired it.
Yeah. So
did you see that episode where the Simpsons had a vote and they voted their town to be named Flavortown?
Nope.
Nope. Yeah, get on it, Columbus. We don't need Columbus anymore. We need Flavortown.
Season 13, episode 22. A fat Tony glued cotton balls to ferrets and passed them as poodles. So, even funnier, an Argentinian man received, he had bought a toy poodle, and when he received it, it was really just a groomed ferret. What?
That's awful.
How'd you not know?
He cut it off a wish.
Right. Definitely from China. Waited 2.5 weeks for it.
Oh, so I got some face masks today, and they're from China. Conspiracy?
Interesting. They're probably coated in COVID.
Oh, shit. I got COVID masks.
You better wash them first.
Not that we don't love all of our Chinese brethren. Sorry.
No, we do.
Sorry about
We
Hong
do.
Kong. That sucks.
Yeah. Very sorry.
Yeah.
Season 20. We take a jump from 13 to 20. So season 20, episode 4, Homer votes for, well, attempts to vote for Obama, and the machine counts it for McCain and like sucks him in when he tries to change it. It's kind of funny. And then, of course, in 2012, the viral video in that voting booth in Pennsylvania of it getting all wonky, trying to do the same thing with Obama and Romney. So, voter fraud.
Yeah, we need to get rid of electronic voting. That is way too manipulatable.
I never have. It's always been a pencil.
Yeah.
A number 2 in a paper.
I have electronically voted a couple of times, not in a national referendum, but yeah.
This makes people mad. I've only voted twice in my life. So both times it was with a pencil, though. I stayed out of politics for a very, very long time, and I never talked about it because I feel like if you don't vote, you really don't have an opinion. So I stay out of it. You maybe I'm not saying you don't have an opinion, but you probably shouldn't be out there razzing people if you're not doing anything about it. I don't do the razzing.
I understand that, and I agree with that. I do vote. I have voted since I was 18, and
I'm proud of you.
Well, it's not that. It's just I'm pretentious.
I'm just
I like giving people a hard time and backing it up with voting, I guess.
I from a very young age, have always felt uneasy about politics, and I've just chose to be out of all of their shenanigans. Next, season 21, episode 12. Homer and Marge get drafted into the U.S. curling team, from which they sweep Sweden to win the gold.
You meant to say sweep? Get it? Because it's curling, and so you got to sweep, and it's a pun. You got to pun that shit up.
Punny. 2018, it happens. The same matchup with the same results. So they sure did predict that. So good job. Next, season 23, episode 22, Lady Gaga. And I made note, because I'm not like a super huge fan of hers, that it still references one of the worst episodes of The Simpsons.
Yeah.
So interesting. So so she comes to Springfield to do a concert to aid Lisa's self-esteem issues, and it was just like the prediction being more so in 2017, the Super Bowl halftime that Lady Gaga was in. She came down, flying or whatever you call that, and her outfit was similar. Yada yada yada.
Yeah, that seems more like The Simpsons inspired the event rather than they predicted it.
Yes. And I didn't watch that halftime show, and I don't remember that episode because obviously it was later in life and I stopped watching The Simpsons.
Lady Gaga has a modern Glinda like vibe, right? Like, are you a good monster or a bad monster?
And she's a bad one. According to conspiracies I read. Let me just say that.
I have no idea.
She could be a great person. According to some things I've read, she's not.
Oh.
She's heavily involved in spirit cooking and things like that. Those are heavy accusations. Those are just things I've read. I'm not saying they're true. I've just read them.
Are they accusations at all? I have no idea what the fuck you just said. Spirit
cooking? Oh. Maybe we should do an episode on it. It's a lot of human sacrifice and eating of people.
Oh. Oh,
well, she's in. Actually, that ties into that. Maria Brockovich, that artist that we mentioned like a few episodes back. I was like, oh, we should totally do an episode about it. It ties into all that, so.
Okay.
It would still be a good episode, but it would be one to research out fully.
It's not the opinion of the Higher Minds podcast that Lady Gaga cooks and eats people? Are you saying that Lady Gaga cooks and eats people?
I'm saying she's a partaker of spirit cooking.
Oh.
According to theories I've read, because I just enjoy reading theories online for fun. So, said all that to say, next episode. Season 25, episode 16. This is a good one for me because I was heavily into soccer at the time. FIFA.
Yeah.
So,
wait, you were into soccer during this?
Yeah.
Wow.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah. So, and it's the last one besides the one about the movie that I have. So, I wish I would have had more time to look up even more because I was just like, my feelings were so hurt. Oh, jeez.
Yeah, I'm good, I think.
Did you just pee a little bit? Does that happen to boys too when they sneeze? Just a mom thing.
Oh, what did you say that was so mom before? Oh yeah.
Oh.
Oh yeah.
It didn't hurt that bad.
There's this podcast called Not in a Creepy Way. I'm sure that's going to give them a great bump. The 200 people that listen to us are going to listen to them now.
Boom, boom.
But I like them.
You're welcome.
They seem fun. But anyway, I asked you to listen to them just for a little bit of inspiration. And you were like, what are they called? It doesn't hurt that bad? That's like the most mom fucking thing I've ever fucking heard. What's that show? That guy with that girl and the shirt and the hair?
And then I thought you were just being funny, and I was like, are you talking about us? Is that the name of the next show? Because I have a lot of hair and you wear shirts, so.
Which...
It's the only obvious answer.
Which, just like The Simpsons, was the prediction for our new show.
Well,
the guy with the shirt and the girl with the hair. Coming.
It would have
this
to
fall.
be like a video one so they could see said shirt and said hair.
We should start YouTubing shit now again.
Yeah, that'd be fun. All right. So back to FIFA and their disgrace to the nation. Homer refs due to shortage from corruption of refs. And he gets tempted and they try to bribe him with lots and lots of money to let Brazil win. And he decides to call the game fair, and Germany wins the World Cup. So this predicts, Germany does go on to win the World Cup in 2015, but most importantly and disappointing, there was FIFA employees that went down for bribery, fraud, money laundering. It
Game
was
fixing.
just, yeah, it was
racketeering.
bad. It was bad.
Yeah, mostly European.
Bad.
I think mostly
Yes.
European and South American agents.
It's just really disheartening because soccer, like, besides here, is such a huge thing. It means so much to their people, and
Yeah,
man,
and they tainted it. And
that
they
was a
corrupted
hard
it.
hit. That was a hard hit.
I mean,
so
much worse, but much less impactful. I guess it's just like the gymnastics thing. Like, it was supposed to be this wholesome American, well, not American, but
they
national.
Were getting touched by doctors.
Yeah. Like the Ohio State boys wrestlers were getting fondled by that doctor.
Yeah, or Penn State.
And they were being coached, and that doctor was being protected by Congressman Jim Jordan. Fuck that motherfucker. Get the fuck out of office. You need to fucking resign, asshole.
I'm so sick of all these people. I mean, there's so many bad people, but the ones that rake on me a special kind of way are the ones that go after children. Like, oof. I'm struggling right now. I'm struggling.
Yeah.
So, wow. Okay, so that was my episodes. And then there was one in the Simpsons movie, which I just actually watched for the first time a couple weeks ago.
Oh, really? It's okay.
Yeah.
It's okay. Like a long episode.
I hadn't watched anything Simpsons in so long. It was really funny to me because I was like, oh, I instantly remember this show is so crude, but very funny. But the movie, 2007, Marge is discussing her plans to out the government secrets, and it pans to the NSA listening to phone calls in like a room, and everyone's just on, got headphones and listening to everybody in hopes to catch America's Most Wanted. And then I put, okay, Hoover. Because I wanted to touch on, you should go back and listen to that episode too.
Yeah, I thought that was a really good episode. I thought that was probably one of our most informative episodes.
I thought the last two really were.
Yeah.
They were really informative. Yeah. I learned a lot. I didn't know about a whole lot about either of them because I didn't care about school as much as I should have.
Only if only school was like podcasting.
Oh, if only. So fast forward to 2013, a Mr. Edward Snowden revealed numerous secret surveillance programs the agency was operating. And I figured you'd be able to talk more about that too.
Okay. Yeah. Well, so it was started with the with Homeland Security. When Homeland Security started, and the Patriot Act that gave basically the CIA, just like J. Edgar Hoover got, carte blanche authorization to spy on everybody. Now, there were some caveats of the law. It couldn't be like they had to have some sort of connection to foreign agents, but that connection could be super loose. It could be like 2 to 3 people removed, and they would still spy on you. So basically, they were spy on anybody they wanted to spy on at all. And they had the power, the authorization, and the infrastructure to spy on
It's called
everybody. Well, I mean, there's that, and that was part of the justification that people are doing that shit out there anyway. But does
not what I think in my head.
Right, but supposedly the whole operation stopped. They were caught, and so they stopped. But
yeah,
does anybody think that it stopped? I mean, no. We're still all.
I tell you what,
subject
if
to
I
surveillance.
start walking around my house and start talking about taking out a government building, I bet you within a couple weeks someone's showing up at my house.
Somebody benign, somebody that you went like a little old grandma, just kind of. Hey,
yeah.
How are you, dear?
Census. Oh, poop sticks. So that's what I have. That's what I got.
Yeah, that's what I had too.
Good. We're on the same 6 pages.
You did 6? I got 9 pages.
I write little baby notes that just kind of trigger memories for me.
Oh, yeah.
Yes.
I write a whole thing. So.
Yeah. Hey. If you want to send us something or ask us something, where would you do that at?
Well, so if you want to talk to us, you can email us at highermindspodcast@gmail.com.
Yeah. Emails are very relevant.
Yes.
So do that.
Yes. We can be talked to on Facebook.
Yeah, talk at us.
Instagram.
Comment, like. Any of those things will get a response out of me.
Twitter. You can talk to us on Twitter.
Tweet.
You can now listen to us on Spotify.
Yeah.
And then iTunes and Stitcher and almost anywhere that you can get podcasts. Not everywhere. We're still not on Podbean.
Are you on Pandora? That's it. Literally, I've had Pandora since they came out, so I'm grandfathered into this like $1.99 price.
Nice.
And I love them. And I've been fine tuning these channels for like over a decade, and I'm afraid to give it up. So that's that. Because who still talks about Pandora? Nobody. Everyone I asked are like, what is that?
Are we on Pandora?
I don't think so.
I don't think so either. Well, maybe. I don't know.
I tried to look like a long time ago.
Oh, no. We were definitely not a long time ago.
Yes. So I haven't checked recently.
Long time ago in the history of Higher Minds podcast.
Yes.
Yeah.
Like a year.
Yeah. No, we were just on SoundCloud for a good 3/4 of our history.
Oh, I did not know that.
Yeah. Well, no, 6 months maybe. The first half. So far.
Fair enough. That app is on my phone. It just was already, so that was fun. And so that's how I started listening. But I really enjoy that I can do other things and peruse and still listen. So maybe other apps are like that too. YouTube's not. No, that's kind of obnoxious. Yeah. It is. And if you pay for it, you can. But if I have 47 subscriptions, I'm not doing myself any favors. So
yeah.
I'm like trying to cancel them left and right. I'm like, do I need an Ipsy bag still? I don't even wear makeup anymore. Why am I spending $10 a month for makeup to be shipped to my house in a bag? And I literally could show you I've got like 47 of these bags stuffed under my sink.
Yeah.
Canceled.
I don't know. I have a few that I do need to wind down, but I don't know. I think I use all of the ones that I like. I
used to. When I bartended, looking good was part of how I got paid. So I wore much more makeup and lipstick, and so it felt more justified because it was $10 a month, and I never had to buy mascara or lipstick or nail polish. But I moved to Florida 3 years ago, and I think I've put on a full face of makeup like twice. So
yeah,
it's too hot.
Yeah,
it's not cute to sweat with that much makeup on. How do strippers do it? I don't know.
Glue.
Yeah. Glitter. Possibly. We love strippers too. No offense.
Yeah, strippers are great.
Yeah. Show me what you're working with.
Yeah.
So yeah, that was that.
Yeah. So thank you for listening. This has been the Higher Minds podcast.
I'm Katie.
I'm Papa Darby saying, stay golden, pony boy.
Bye.
Deuces.
Bye.